Hi, and welcome back to BamGlam DIY. On today's edition, I'll be throwing more light on how you can make a cold processed bar soap, making use of palm oil and palm kernel oil, which is PK oil. For the palm oil, I'm making use of the bleached palm oil. You can bleach it with fire or you can bleach it chemically. Most of the times, whenever I post my videos on YouTube, my comment section is always filled, and also my DMs on WhatsApp asking if they can actually make use of they can actually combine oils like palm oil into my recipes, because that is what they have available. The thing is, some persons know how to work with palm oil better than some persons. In some cases, palm oil may always seize a lot while using it to work, but we are going to try as much as possible to limit that cuddling and that caking that palm oil does in this recipe. And this is a very good recipe. It's something you can try and make. The thing is, if I should make this particular recipe as only palm kernel oil, as I'm cutting it, by the next day it should be as firm as possible, as firm and hard as possible. But when you combine palm oil, it may take you 2 more days or 3 more days before you get that hardness that you want. But one good thing with palm oil soap is that once it hardens up, just air your soap, once it hardens up, it becomes rock hard. That's how palm oil, the texture of the soap normally changes. It becomes rock hard, and then it lasts more. You know, the reason why we combine oils to our soap is to actually increase the quality of the soap. Yes, palm kernel oil is an oil that lathers very well. So making use of only palm kernel oil to make soap, 100% palm kernel oil soap, it will lather more. But when you combine other oils to that palm kernel oil, you now upgrade your soap. It makes the quality of the soap to become better. Oils like, let me say, tallow, that is beef tallow. On a normal day, I will shoot that video for you guys to see how you can combine palm kernel oil and tallow in a cold process bar soap. I also have so many recipes on that on this channel, but today we are working with palm kernel oil and palm oil. I know this recipe will benefit a lot. Those in Kenya that don't have access to palm kernel oil can make use of this recipe with only palm oil, or you can combine palm kernel oil with it. This is a 3 liters recipe, and I'll be doing 1.5 liter palm kernel oil and 1.5 liter bleached palm oil. Like I said, you can either use the chemically bleached palm oil or you can use the fire bleached palm oil. And for this whole 3 liters of oil I'm making use of, if what you have in your area is only palm oil, you can make do with only palm oil 3 liters. Or if you want to combine it with palm kernel oil for a better quality, please do combine it with palm kernel oil, as the recipe will be. The recipe for this will be on the video as it's playing along. You can see how beautiful this soap is. I even went ahead to color some part of it and add to the soap in order to make it look more outstanding and more beautiful. And I will be using our mini cutter set to cut the soap. And this mold will actually give you the same 70 pieces of soap. Another thing you should bear in mind in this video is that palm oil do not lather a lot. Even tallow, animal fat, does not lather much. So combining it to this soap, we are going to make this recipe in such a way that it will contain enough foaming agent or foaming booster there, so that it can make the soap to lather. If not, you may have people complaining to you that your soap did not lather. If you are used to working with only 100% palm kernel oil, whenever you combine palm oil to your recipe, try as much as possible to add in foaming agent or foaming booster, so that soap will lather. If not, you will have difficulty. For those that make soda soap, the ones that they pour inside cup, this recipe is also good and fine for you to make and pour into cups. So please stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the video. Also click the like button, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also share. The recipe will also be in the description box as usual. So for this soap, We are making 3 liters of oil. For these 3 liters of oil, I'll be using 2.5 liters of water to make the soap, of which I separated into 2 portions. One is 1 liter. There I diluted my caustic soda. That's the first bowl I showed you. Dilute your caustic soda on time before you start making the soap so that it can cool down. You can also keep it in a cold water bath for it to cool down before you start making your soap. Let your lye not cool down to 0. Let it still be a little bit warm before you start using it to make soap. For the other part of the water, I measured 1.5 liters of water. As of this time, if you're a soaper, you should have your measuring jugs. If you don't have measuring jugs, please try and buy measuring jugs. See, if you want to have the best in your soap, try and have a scale and a measuring cup or a measuring jug, anyone. Try and make sure you measure your chemicals yourself. You always have a very good and perfect outcome. So the rest, what I added in this other 1.5 liter of water is my soda ash, my calcium, and my sulphate. Please bear in mind you can make this recipe without sulphate. For those that normally complain to me that in their country they can't find sulphate, please, this recipe can work for you without using sodium sulphate. But if you do have, please incorporate it because it will make your soap to harden them more. Sodium sulphate helps your soap to harden, but a little bit of 200 grams or even 300 grams can work perfectly for this recipe. So this is my palm kernel oil. I added some titanium dioxide white color to it, and then I added in my palm oil. Now bleached palm oil has a way of being darker. This one is actually darker, that's why the color is dark. Bleached palm oil, if you cook it on fire, yeah, anyway, everybody and their own color of their oil. So my palm kernel oil is clearer than my bleached palm oil. So immediately I added my bleached palm oil, it became darker in color. This cup I'm holding is 1.5 liter measurement cup, so I added 2 of that jugs. Please, irrespective of how my color of the jug looks like, pay attention to the measurement. It's 1.5 liter of bleached palm oil and 1.5 liter of palm oil. That is what bleached palm oil and 1.5 liter of palm kernel oil. That's what I'm making use of. Now what I'm adding now is my soda ash mixture. Add it in and then turn very well. Now because I chemically bleached my palm oil with hydrogen peroxide and sulfonic acid. Hydrogen peroxide normally oxidizes to release oxygen, and which you may see as bubbles. Whenever you buy a hydrogen peroxide and keep it in a closed container under a warm environment, the bottle normally swells up. That is the reaction that hydrogen peroxide normally gives. That's even how you know that you have bought the original hydrogen peroxide that is not diluted. Now when you add your soda ash to it, you will notice that it's as if some bubbles are being produced inside your mixing batter. Can you see it? It's kind of want to swell up. It's just bubbles, oxygen. If you turn and stir very well, just allow those bubbles to like deflect, and then before you can continue, just allow it. You'll notice this if your oil is chemically bleached. In the presence of soda ash water, all your oxygens will try to erupt or will try to be released from the hydrogen peroxide that you used in bleaching your oil. And also hydrogen peroxide is more of like an active matter in this soap because it also helps to remove stains from clothes. So after adding it, the next thing I will be going to add now will be my sodium silicate. After adding the sodium silicate, just stir a little bit so that it can incorporate very well into your mixture. Don't worry, it will not harden, it will just do as if it wants to cuddle because sodium silicate is made with a little bit of caustic soda. Now going with your caustic soda solution. Remember that this caustic soda solution is not cold, it's a little bit warm. Like I said, it's around 40 degrees centigrade for those who has thermometer. Just add it in and stir. You'll notice that everything will liquefy. If you follow this procedure like this, you have a fluidy batter before you pour into your mold. You understand? Just follow it sequentially the way I listed it. Measure out your chemicals perfectly. Use your scale and then follow the method as I am demonstrating it in this video. Now the next thing you are going to add is a foaming booster. The foaming booster is good you make use of sulfonic acid when you are making it, because it's very strong. It's one of the strongest foaming agents we have in this part of the country where I'm staying. So I'm using about 400 ml of it. I've taught you guys how to make foaming booster. If you are new to my channel and you have not been and you don't know how to make your own foaming booster with sulfonic acid, I will add the link of how you can produce it underneath this video. I'll also leave the link above this video just by your top right corner. So the next thing I added was my fragrance. Most of the times, some of us complain that they don't have money to buy fragrance, that it's expensive, is make their production to be expensive. So what I'm using is just pine oil. A liter of pine oil in the market is as cheap as 7,000 euros or 8,000. So I'm using pine oil and then a little bit of fragrance at 20 ml. What I did was I separated the batter, a little bit of the batter, and I added another color, green color. If you want, you can add the color together into the whole mixture, mix it around and then pour. If you want, you can do only one color. If you cannot handle your soaping batter or your hand is not very strong, I would suggest you stick to only one color. Just pour your soap into your mold this way. But if you think you can handle it and handle two colors at once, please feel free, because it will actually make your soap to look finer, more appealing to the eye, and people would want to buy it. The way people buy things in this country is the item you are giving them to buy, they have to love it. Their eye must have to accommodate it very well before they can even give you their money to purchase that item from you. That is almost how generally all human beings think. So if you beautify your product and make it to be appealing, that is why they normally say a branded product sells better than unbranded product. The way you make the product, the way you package, how you package, and how you sell it to them will determine if they will purchase and if they will come back. But one good thing about palm oil soap, cold processed palm oil soap, this one we are making now, is they last long. They last long. So they will not complain to you that I bought your soap from you, after immediately I started using it to wash my clothes, it just finished. Please, if anybody should tell you that, don't feel bad. Just tell the person, na soap now, if it finishes you buy a new one, because it is a soap. Once it finishes, the person will surely buy a new one. Don't let people's comments demoralize you from making your soap, from taking your soap to the market. One man's food is another man's poison. Some persons may try to encourage you in your business so that you do more, while some persons will just keep giving you bad comments and bad compliments and will never help you progress your business or tell people about your business. You should focus more on people who you don't know to sell your business to, more than people who you know, family members. You should focus more on outsiders, the people that have shops, people you can sell to, supermarket, shops. Those are the people you should focus more on, so that a shop or a supermarket will not buy soap from you and come back to tell you, this one you made, and when I was using it to wash my clothes, it finished quickly, it was not doing this and doing that. Please try and see how you can target shops when you are making soap production. That way you sell out in large quantities and you see your money back, so that you can restock your chemicals and continue producing. I wish everybody out there the best of luck. I saw all your congratulatory messages in my last video. Thank you all very much. Baby is doing outstandingly beautiful. Thank you all. I just hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video will help you guys answer a lot of questions. If you have more questions, you can ask it in the description, in the comment section. If you want to buy the soap cutter, you can send a WhatsApp message. If you want to join my online private group for laundry bar soapers community, you can also send a WhatsApp message. Thank you all.